In East Rutherford. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Jets. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing a ball out. And what's the green light for your returner? In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Hall again. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Touchdown, Vikings! Cam Akers, 64 yards. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. Oh, this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Meanwhile, Cousins, and the throw here caught by Addison. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 4th down, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. And this is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold him to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be sterner with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Rodgers. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one finds Wilson downfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And check down, complete to Hall. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jets are back within a score. Robert Saleh wanted to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. A give up the middle to Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Complete. Jefferson the target. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Throwing is Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the...
He's got a man complete. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 32 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And right there, that fade route, that can be tough to stop.
If you've got the proper matchup and you've got a wide receiver who knows how to go up and get the football, the fade is really, really tough to stop, especially if the quarterback puts it in the right area.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-8. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Not able to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now a play fake. Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Going to begin the drive here with Madison.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had brought every other ball to coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Here's Madison running left. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he will have a Vikings 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. On play action, Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good, even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense. They actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson, and he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Joseph is good, and that stretches this lead to 20-8. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. Touchdown! Allen Lazard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Second down, Cousins. To Jefferson on the slant. He's into space past the 25. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Again, Madison. And this time he'll run into a roll right at the 4-yard line.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota.
Joseph's got it, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right.
This one deep for Wilson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Going to run with Madison again.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Cousins. Flushed out right. But I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Where'd that bounce off of? Was it going out of that? Was going off the end zone?
Good for 15 and a first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair.
Your dude hit it back out.
But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Madison will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Go ahead.
To throw, Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon.
And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short...
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
A loss of 10 yards on the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Wilson. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Straight ahead is Hall. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. It was a Caleb Evans in on the stop. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they've burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the... Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Jets are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and this is back to an 8-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Sheds off the tackle, and he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. This one caught by Osborne, right side. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Vikings
Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
2nd and 10. Cousins again. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Cousins, meanwhile, has this complete to Madison. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, this is Madison. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Play fake. Cousins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
To the 43, 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. Now, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Jefferson going to go in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On play action, Cousins. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
At their own 23-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Rodgers going to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Mekhi Blackman's got it, and the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.